Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I will be doing my Purple Luffy deck list. Just a small run through of what Purple Luffy does. If you don't know what the leader ability does, it says if you have 0 or 3 or more Dawn cards on the field, you'll put one of your life in your hand and you'll ramp one, set it as active. But just, of course, let me just get you the close-up on the alternate art there, just so you guys can get a quick look at it, and then you guys can read this. But yeah, I like this because if you go first, you can ramp one, essentially. So on your 3 Dawn turn, you ramp one, making it 4. So next turn, you'll be on 6. And then you'll just activate the leader. You'll just activate the effect again, ramping one, putting you on 7, so you can drop your 5 drop, and then still have 2 Dawn left for whatever. But let's just get right. And then other than that, that's all I really have to say about it. Until I show some cards and my tech. But other than that, let's just get right into it. So I am playing 4 of When You're at Sea You Fight Pirates, and then 4 Killer. The reason I'm playing this is the page 1 and ulti package is the best one, but I like my build a little better because with the page 1 and ulti stuff, you really don't have a turn 1. You have to wait until you get to your 4 turn Dawn. And with running these two, you can go first or second with it, with running this or this. Because this can search this, and then this will search Kid Pirate stuff. So then this can search all of the cards I'm going to show you next, so I'm just going to keep that in frame. So, with this, you can search your 4 cost blocker law, your 5 cost blocker kids, and your 7 cost captain kids. So, all in all, you have 8 searchers to search these 4 here, and then one searcher set of 4 to search this. So, that's why I kind of like it, because you can dig into your deck to get into your kind of mid-game / late game with the killer or this. But with that out of the way, getting into the 2K stuff, I have Miss Doublefinger, Khalifa, and then these are extras, or going to be extras when I get them. He's a 5 cost, Extric is a 5 cost, 6k power, on play, neg 1 to trash 1 card from your opponent's hand. So when I get it, it will be in the list for the 2k, and it's a playable 5 cost when I have 5 Dawn, if I don't have anything else to play. But altogether, 12 2ks. I like it. I do have to borrow the extras for my friend, so I currently don't have any of the extras. But if you do, if you want to play my build, I recommend getting the extras, because it's a playable 5 cost. It's a playable 5 cost, and it's a 6k, so you'll always have at least a dependable 6k against it. And I did recently play this at my locals. My rounds consisted of round 1 was a Sakazuki, round 2 was a Katakuri, and then round 3 and 4 were red purple Luffys. And I won against both red purple Luffys, lost against the Katakuri and the Sakazuki. So, it does have a little bit improvement to do, but I like the build. Could be better. I like the build. It does good. At least if you get a good hand, you're at least getting one match with it, which I've played this on the sim and at the locals, like I said, and all together, I think I've lost with this build 4 and then won 6 altogether. So I've lost 6 matches with him and 6 and won 6 games with him. So I haven't seen really any negatives about it yet. Of course, it all depends on the matchup. But 3 Magellans, I'm only opting to play 3 because it's a non-searchable. But if I see it, if I either take it from out of my life from the leader ability or I draw it, it can be good. It's only really in here for the yellow matchup. If I were to put a fourth one in here, it would probably be switched out for this next card, but I like this next card because of the utility. Polly. It's a on play, rest 2 Dawn, KO, ramp 1, and then KO a 4 or less. So, but of course you have to have 8 or more Dawn for that, which usually you're dropping him when you rep to 7, so you already have 8. And he's a 6k swinger. So if you put 1 Dawn under him, you're swinging for 7. And then this is just good in the yellow because if they get rid of it on their turn, they have to put 2 back. So it leaves them with like no momentum and it stalls them from dropping the 10 drop. And then this, like I said, if I were to play 4 Magellan, it'd probably have to be one of these, but I like this, so I want to keep this at 4. Of course, unfortunately, it's not searchable, so you have to draw into it or get it out of your life. And then 4 of the queen blockers. On play, you can negate on and draw 2 cards and trash 1. So it's technically, I call it a small hand reset, but people call it just a draw and trash. The reason I call it a small hand reset is if you only have 1 card in hand, you're drawing 2, and that 1 card in hand that you didn't really need right now, you can just trash it, and then you're basically going +1, essentially. So it's also a good blocker. So if your opponent has like swingers and you don't have anything that can attack, play the blocker, draw 2, trash 1 that you don't need right now. So yeah. And then so for the board, so that right there is just the base of like our attackers and defenders. These next 4 cards are game-ending ones. 2 of the 9-drop Kaido, and 2 of the 10-drop Luffy. I'm considering dropping these and getting 2 more of the 9-drop Kaidos. Or cutting 1 for a 9-drop Kaido and only running 1 of the 10-drop. But I like this because if I swing out with everything and still have 10 Dawn on the field, and they have nothing in hand after me swing out and no blockers, I can just drop the 10 drop, neg all 10, put everything on the bottom of the deck, and then pass my turn. So the next turn I have 2 Dawn, so I have a 12k and a 7k. So I can just swing with the 12, and then that's a game if they have no life. And if they do have a life, and then they take it, has no trigger, I can just swing for 7, because if it's a 2k, they can't do anything. If it's 1k, they can't do anything either. So, and if it's nothing, then great. And then for the last 3 cards in deck, 3 Thunder Bagua. 2 cost, because I like the Thunder Bagua. Not a lot of people are playing it, but I like it because it's a 4k, and then if I have 2 or less life, I can ramp 1 Dawn. So if I play the Rush Kaido, and then I have this in hand, let's just say I play the Rush Kaido, I swing with Rush Kaido, next turn I draw the Thunder Bagua, and then I add the 2, and like I'm already at like 2 or less life, I can drop this and ramp 1, and then still be efficient with my Dawn. And then next turn I can draw like an 8-drop, not 8-drop, like 5-drop Queen, 5-drop, what's it called, Kid. But a good thing about this is a small combo is if I have this and the blocker Queen, is when I go to neg 1, I can put whatever the one I negged back. And it's once per copy. So if I have 2, I'm essentially putting 2 Dawn back as active. So I'm not really losing anything if I have 2 of these, but usually I only have 1. Because if I don't have Poly for my 5-drop turn, I'm playing this for my 5-drop turn, and then on curve or whatever, I'm playing the Rush Kaido. But other than that, that is my Puffy build. And if you guys have any suggestions, like I said, I like the page 1 build stuff. I'm just not the biggest fan of it, because if you don't see both in hand and you have like you have the ulti or just a page 1, I mean, you could just play the page 1, but then you're not wasting 4 Dawn, but you gotta wait on, if you want the free body, you gotta wait on the ulti. But like I said, I've won 6 times with this dex, I've lost 6 times with the dex, so it's a neutral result. Until I start losing more or winning more, then I don't really have any bad stuff to say about my build. And like I said, the page 1 and ulti package is probably a better one to play, but like I said, until I see negative results in this build, I am not playing the page 1 or ulti package. But with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed my Puffy build, and make sure you tell your friends about me, because I am trying to grow this YouTube channel, and subscribe, and tell your friends about me, and peace.